No, I missed that.
Good afternoon and welcome along to live coverage of the 2026 Bowls Scotland National Championships, sponsored by Gallagher from the National Centre for Bowling here in Ayr. This is the largest week-long bowls event anywhere in the world, with 1,316 players from 340 clubs competing and around 8,000 spectators expected here in Ayr this week. And by the end of the week, 25 national champions will have been crowned across the men's, women's, youths and para disciplines being contested. You can watch live action every day this week on the Bowls Scotland YouTube channel as well as their Facebook page, and there will be 4 finals exclusively live here on the BBC iPlayer and BBC Sports website, including the mixed pairs final, which is coming up next. Well, I'm delighted to say that alongside me is indeed Colin Noon. And Colin, you and I have been here since first thing this morning watching singles over 55s, second round matches involving the gents and the ladies. 2 very entertaining games. We now move to the mixed pairs finals, as this on day 3 is the start of some of the finals here in Ayr in 2026.
Yeah, good afternoon, Stuart. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the National Centre for Bowls here in Northfield in Ayr. This is the first of the gold medal sessions this afternoon, and we have 4 games in play on this particular green. 3 youth disciplines, the singles, the pairs and the triples, and the match that we're about to cover, which is the mixed pairs final between Balgownie and Quarter. So looking forward to a good game. We've been treated to a couple of good singles games this morning on the Facebook and YouTube channels, but as we say, this one is exclusively live on the BBC, and we're looking forward to a really good tussle.
We certainly are indeed, and the weather conditions are much improved in the last couple of days, and it's good to see that some of the players are donning polo shirts and shorts rather than them all being huddled up in various wind sheets yesterday and waterproofs as well, just to ensure that they stay as dry as possible. But yes, Balgownie from the Bridge of Allen, from the Bridge of Dawn area, and Quarter, a club founded in 1910, and we have I think a husband and wife up against a father and daughter pairing.
Yeah, it's a real family affair, this one. We were lucky enough to be seeing Quarter earlier this week on the stream. Lauren and Scott Allardyce performed very well, and they've made their way all the way through to this gold medal match. So no doubt both pairs maybe a little nervy as they begin, but I'm sure they'll soon settle into a good rhythm and treat us to a good game this afternoon.
Yeah, I think you got a closer look at the Quarter pairing when they defeated Rankin in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they did. They were very impressive, very steady, built good heads. Lauren led very, very well for Scott, and Scott played the conversion shots as and when was required, and yeah, they managed a comfortable victory in the early round, first round in fact.
And of course, coming through 4 rounds to get to the final, we have a look at Quarter. We mentioned the Rankin Park in the quarter final, Dundonald in the semi-finals, and earlier wins over Thornley Bank and Winnigates and Duryvale in the opening round. Balgownie's route to the final then, London Road Foundry, Sandhead, Campbelltown and Paulmuir, all put to the sword as they have made their way through to this final. So again, they'll be pleased, both, I would imagine, pairs will be pleased. The conditions maybe that little bit more favourable. We are, incidentally, if you know your way around Northfield, we're watching action which will take place on Green A, Rink 1, and that's where the action that we've really been focusing on this morning into this afternoon, Colin, has been played. So maybe you especially have a better understanding, I suppose, watching on as how this particular rink might fare for these players.
Yeah, for sure. We've watched this rink already this week, and as you look at the pictures, as you see them now with Lauren on the mat ready to begin, then the inside hand, the right hand side of the rink tends to be the side that most of the players have been favouring. It's a little more forgiving, and the other side, whilst very, very playable indeed, it's a bigger swing. The bowls will take more of a turn, and it's maybe a little bit stiffer in terms of pace. But there you see the opening bowl of the final, and if Lauren needed to settle her nerves, then I'm sure that has.
Yeah, our father just applauding as Aileen Donald looking to do likewise. So that's an excellent start from both players. Lauren with her second shot. While Les providing a little instruction towards Aileen from a distance. Two very good deliveries there from Aileen.
Yeah, Les will be happy with that. He's just moved the ball in behind the jack, made it slightly less accessible. But, Lauren's coming down a very good track again. Just a little unlucky, to be honest.
His left-handed delivery. Getting to swing around now. Shortest approach of the three so far.
Scott just indicating that this might just be a little bit on the quick side. Scott with his first delivery of this final. Down his forehand, the left-hand side of the screen as we see this coming in. He'll look to drop round the pink one in the front.
Comes into the picture just watching on.
Yeah, nicely done. He's got a really good second shot in there, and he'll see if he can adjust with his next.
Two skips now up by the mat. Les sporting that white cap. Also the forehand opener from him. Aileen encouraging it all the way.
It's a nice start. Blocked off Scott's route down that forehand side of the field, which will force a change offside.
Scott this time down the ditch side. Not the finish he was looking for.
This will drop across the front. You can see that bending away, making it any easier for Les to add another. Great try. Yeah, well played. Well played. It's a great opening end from the Balgownie pair. And if Scott may choose to attack this, those two balls to the back left corner of the rink as we look down as Scott marches towards the mat. quick. It's a fortunate contact now. Oh, I think he's got one. Well, I think he was 3 down in the head. He's definitely not 3 down now.
Salaya's back up by the mat.
Just overplayed that on the line. Opening single for the United pair, and we're off the mark.
That red lollipop visible for all the spectators watching this particular final. And it's one you can see some spectators are pretty well wrapped up despite the sunshine, others braving it with polo shirts. It's one I think you want to be on the move as much as you can be, a bit like the players rather than be sitting. If the wind was to pick up, there'd be a bit of a chill out there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's a little, it's slightly changeable, although fortunately we're not getting the heavy rain that we had yesterday, so I think everybody would, yesterday at this point, everybody would have taken this weather for sure.
Yes, yesterday it was just incessant rain. It does make for more miserable conditions.
And it makes it difficult for the players too. And I'm sure it's outdoor bowls, so outdoor bowls in Scotland, everybody has to be familiar with playing in the rain. But yesterday was quite horrible, and it's nice to see the drier conditions today.
Of course, naturally it does have the impact of the speed of the green. As we watch now, Lauren with her first ball in this second end, and again, like her opener, she's measured that very nicely indeed. So starting both the first and second ends with a very good delivery.
No surprise that both leagues have chosen this side of the rink. I think it's the more forgiving side for the players, and it lets them put good balls in and around. Lauren's picked a good line again, and she pushed through this hard enough.
Comes up a little bit short. Aileen having gone a little long with her opening 2 efforts in this second end. This one's easing up nicely, and excellent.
Nicely done.
Third shot. Going again on the backhand.
Just under the perfect line, fraction, and just like a fraction of weight too, so chance. We need to add another. Just picked a good line. And a good weight. Scott changing, rolling onto the ditch side. It's going to just to be up and through this. Go very quickly. The ball that goes in the ditch is a dead ball, and it's lifted out to the back of the back.
Scott then stands back to watch on. Les with his first hole of this second end.
That's very good. You can see what Scott faces from that camera angle. Looks quite inviting to play that down the ditch side, dropping inside the front pink ball through to the shot ball, and then set it away for one. Just on the high side, we'll learn from that. This is on a good line again. And a great weight. Well played. Similar for Scott, may go quicker.
Much more pace.
Good contact coming here. Yeah, he couldn't have got a better result. That's a tremendous ball from Scott Allardyce. We can't quite see the position of the jack in the bowl, but the ball followed the jack into the ditch. Yeah, that's going to be tough to beat. So, may as well. There you go. You can see what Aileen's asking. Draw up to her foot. She's urging this on, suggests it's a bit shorter than she would like. So all of a sudden the dynamic has changed, with Bulgari holding potentially 3. Quarter now holding 1 as it sits in the ditch, and Scott has 2 balls left.
This the first of his remaining 2. And down that backhand, given the amount of congestion on the opposite side.
He's not pushed that, has he? So we just missed the opportunity. See the crowd building quite nicely in the background. Full house almost round the green. Stands on 3 sides of this particular surface.
Les
Jogging after this.
is following it all the way.
I think he's quite making it, but nothing to fear for Scott here. Just if he can get past that ball with his final delivery, he'll count 2.
This time to complete the second end.
Further than his last. Yeah, he's good enough. Yeah, very well done. That's a great conversion. 2 to the quarter pair.
So the father and daughter pair from the Quarter Club, founded, I mentioned earlier, in 1910. They now lead 2 shots to 1 as we look to begin the third end. As we mentioned, the first of 4 finals live on the BBC iPlayer and BBC website tomorrow at 3:30. The para-physically disabled open pairs final will take place. Lauren again, she's opened very well each time.
She certainly has, and we talked in earlier commentary on in the day about the importance of the first bowl, certainly in singles, and it's just the same in pairs. And as you've seen already, you know, in pairs games the jack is always susceptible to move, and it's always going to move back the way. So short bowls are not a lot of use in pairs games. This is speed 2.
Eileen.
Not so sure she's pushed this. No. This body language suggested that was going to finish short. Another great line from Lauren.
Once more, the pace looks good as well.
Super.
I mean, how consistent is that?
Great reading. At any level.
Both players keeping away from that ditch side.
This is very good also.
And without question, her best of the third end.
Yeah, nicely done. Scott will just be encouraging Lauren to play something similar, maybe even just reach through this with a little bit of running, chance of the bowl or the jack.
But the narrower line.
Just got caught in the front one. But Scott won't be too unhappy with that. It's a bowl that's on its running surface, and therefore if it's hit, it will head over towards the jack.
And a similar reaction there from Les with his sort of body language, that jolt of the back, leaning forward and then back and more upright. Just was looking for a little bit more pace perhaps on that shot.
Yeah, he was just looking for Eileen to be round at the front pink ball. But actually where it's finished hasn't made Scott's job any easier to effect a change. He may come searching for the ball inside those short balls. Just to play the draw just now, because I think it will drop back in there. Nicely done.
To the mat comes Les. His first shot in this third end.
He'll be very keen to put another red sticker bowl close here, because that one there with the red sticker, the black bowl, is looking very lonely amongst that group of coloured bowls. That's what he's looking at. His risk, of course, is that he gets the jack and it goes to the back two bowls of Eileen, but he has a recovery. Oh, he's very close again. Maybe a touch unlucky. Tough now.
Donald with the Muldowney pair. Has husband and wife.
So Scott with a chance. Again, down the inside hand. And just want to arrive on the black ball. If he can rock it up, he'll move the jack just a few inches back to his own ball. Very close. Just lacking a fraction of pace.
And again, just providing the marker as Les just walks away from her back up towards that mat. He is now. This is certainly very inviting.
He'll be happy if he sits on any one of those two for another shot, and he has. Doesn't really change Scott's play.
So, father and daughter talk tactics. Scott has a final look, then turns away, heads back to the mat.
I don't think that helps you.
Now, this angle, the pace,
This is super dry, isn't it?
certainly was not far away from me making a connection with that red ball just resting by the jack.
Chris has to be slightly careful here. Careful in the fact that he doesn't want to touch his own ball and give the shot away. I wouldn't be shocked if this is a bit short.
Yeah, begins to ease up now.
Yeah. So we're all tied up to a piece after 3.
Other matches being played on the green, on other rinks, just out of shot. A slightly longer jack. Good pace on that from Aileen as an opener. Lauren now looking to follow a very similar line, beginning to come inside just that little bit earlier. Similar distance on the opposite side. standing stock still.
Yeah, she's very good.
And Scott understandably applauding that effort.
It's been a good start to this final. Sometimes you find players coming into the final, it's a bit nervy.
And then a little longer to sit just in behind.
Scott will be keen for her to draw another one. Easy get back to the jack and just tuck it away, tidy it up just a fraction.
And again, using the backhand.
She's on a lower line, but she's carrying a little bit of pace. It's a little bit unfortunate.
And more for Lauren in this fourth end.
You're running on. Well, you're not, but that could be nuisance value. It just changes all the angles in the front.
Especially in a mixed pairs match. So Reyes makes his way up to the mat once again. Scoreline on screen and in the background.
Certainly the widest line it has had. This way.
Scott watching on, and he looks to have delivered an absolute beauty.
Yeah, great stuff. He changes Les to the ditch side with a bit of baits, bit of weight, similar shot to the one we saw Scott play just a couple of ends ago. Go very quickly again.
And sails through. You can see the intent.
If he plays it at that pace, he'll probably kill the end. There's your bait, Scott. Just get inside. That makes it more difficult for Les. I think it changes the shot. Well, he has. It's gone to the backhand side.
Now, can you thread it through that gap? No, it's beginning just to slow and come to a halt. Scott again on the backhand. This is travelling nicely.
Good try. A little unfortunate because if he caught top end of that jack, he may well have brought the two balls to the top left of the picture into play.
for some consultation with Aileen, as then is able to deliver. He's aiming to try and work his way through that gap.
I think he's gone just a little bit wide. He's got to try something very similar with this final ball at the end. He's got right side too.
Quarter find themselves in front by 4 shots to 3. With the opening shot of this 5th end.
That was a great start from Lauren.
Consistently strong so far with that opening delivery. Aileen now and going wide. That picture suggests that Lauren just has the slight advantage after the pair played their opening shots. Another backhand from Lauren. Father Scott watching on. A lengthier shot this time, settling in behind.
He's doing quite a bit of dancing around at the back, isn't he? Trying to urge that one in. Just needs to run down the touch.
Bound to be signs of nervous energy at times from both pairs in this final.
Yeah, for sure, you're definitely going to see elements of that. Normally you would see that at the beginning, and as the game comes to a conclusion and the game's tight, then you'll almost definitely see that. The challenge for Lauren is that she's been playing the inside hand so well. I think Scott's put her back onto it. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Trotting after this one. That contact, just carrying a little too much weight.
So, Aileen electing to come down, get a closer look. relatively brief deliberation before she heads back. So this will be her last shot in this fifth end.
Did you have an alright night last night? Did you just go back to Spies?
Going down the ditch side.
She's the wrong side of the jack here. It's a slightly strange option. You'd see the big reward if you'd gathered it clean. But where it is now, it's a bit more tricky. Scott's got a couple of choices. He can either play down the backhand side or he can arrive on the jack high bowl down the forehand. That's what he's attempting to play. Has he got enough weight? No, just got dragged on the short one.
Reminder, this is the mixed pairs final. 4 victories under their belts to reach this stage.
Needs to be dead weight to get back on that line.
Scott going a bit wider on the forehand this time.
Just going to miss it on the top side, I think. So, you're indicating Malgownie hold 1. That could be quite a big reward here. Scott can punch that ball through the head. That last ball of Les's might just help him if he's a fraction on the wide side.
Now, has he picked the right line? Lauren suggesting it needed to come in that little bit quicker.
Yes. 2 down now.
It's quite a significant kiss off the other ball.
Yeah, I think Ewan's maybe not spotted the danger at the back of the rink. Scott plays down the backhand side now as we look, and either punches Lauren's ball onto the jack or drifts under to the red one. He'll move the jack towards the rear. Tough shot on that side, to be honest, but here we go. Let's see what Scott chooses. He's still sticking with that forehand side, but big weight. Probably a bit unlucky to go through all the holes there and not move any of the balls out.
Into a jog now. Aileen just encouraging the.
Doesn't want to touch that one.
Yeah, just a bit short.
Looks like 2. For a measure.
First measure of this final, coming just at the end of the fifth end here.
Two shots. So the lead changes hand again. Every end thus far.
Yes, with Mulgowney opening with one shot after the first end and drawing level with another shot at the end of the third end with Quarter with two shots favouring them in end 2 and 4. So it's nip and tuck stuff as we begin the sixth end. And no question that the pairs and the element of the fact it's a final does swell the crowds, because they've been well spread out across the various greens here at Northfield during the course of the day.
Yeah, it's nice to see the stands full.
Spectators coming from far and wide. Lawrence
With a cracker, yeah. Well done.
keeping up her excellent record of a very good opening shot each of the ends. And just to steal that one away from Eileen's opening delivery. Can she do this second time? Can she make contact? Fraction just not quite enough, but very well measured shot. Bowling taking a much wider line in that
Definitely
backhand.
come back from there. She's just lacking. I don't know, a couple of feet running, that would have gone to a really good home.
Now approaching the jack at pace.
Nicely. To play either the same or exactly the same as our first delivery. Swing across the front.
Just in between that gap.
Yeah, but importantly, it's stayed on.
I've seen often enough some movement in the jack's position as Aileen goes very wide on the backhand.
He's doing some more breakdancing to try and bring that up.
Lauren onto the forehand.
Gone again.
Standing room only at the back. So just a few minutes away from 5 o'clock. So the skips now head up to the mat.
Scott needs to change the shape of this other hand. Needs to be careful he doesn't get his own.
All the way through.
Actions.
Scott.
Well, Rose obviously dead, the one that came back on. So at least he's changed that shape, you know, so he can now see the jack and he has the opportunity to take that clean through to the ditch himself. Alternatively, he could play with a little bit less. His preference, having gone at it twice, he may well just do the same again. Liz doesn't want that pink one. Oh, he's giving the shot away. Yeah, choice for Scott now. He can either play that forehand or he could indeed play the backhand and try and drop to the two side bowls underneath the front one. He's electing to play this. You'll now see Les adopt Scott's choice of shot down the other side. Or not. He's looking at the other side.
Deliberating over the next move. Balgownie pair. The club in the Bridge of Dawn area, set up in the 1970s, established. So Les back once more, his feet on the mat.
It's not going to come down from there.
Scott then heads back to play his final shot of this sixth end. Understandably just taking his time though.
Yeah, you can understand the trepidation on this. You know, he was facing 3 shots down and he's been gifted a shot. He won't want to give this away. Not doing any harm out there.
So one then for blue, one for quarter. That's us back level and 5 shots all. Still plenty of blue sky overhead. So Lorna Tennessee will once more start this end. A very well measured opener.
Yeah, that opening ball's been very good. Warren.
Eileen's first shot of the 7th end.
Also very good.
Yeah, really good weight from Aileen there. Two very good opening shots. Straighter second delivery this time.
Very good again. Just needs a contact. Just the same for Aileen.
Shots have been of a good standard to open all the ends we've watched.
Yeah, they've built good heads, which allows the players also to play the attacking game that we've seen. Again, there's nothing for Lauren to be short for here. She can arrive into those 2 balls and try and change it. It's just going to be the top side of this, I think. Ball in. Options.
Left-handed delivery, of course. Aileen down, but first time she's been a little short. Forehand for Lauren has been an option she's gone with, but this time just down the ditch side and long on the backhand.
Once again, she may not be lying the shot, but she's set up a set of conditions that allows Scott to play in and try and effect a change. And he's been very successful.
Donald coming towards the picture. There she is up by the mat again. To rest just in behind once more. Scott down the ditch side. Lauren just trying to encourage it to clip in a little quicker. lot of concentrated faces there in the crowd just behind Les. That squat down, then the delivery again. The backhand down the ditch side. Comes to a standstill. Backhand played by Scott, or bending the knees a few times. It's interesting the body language of the different players. As a part of a mixed pair, those watching on, they'll have their own habits. We mentioned maybe nervous energy as well involved. There's Les now. Down that backhand.
Scott will think about going a little bit quicker at this. Just wonder whether down the backhand side, whether he can contact the red sticker pole that's the widest to the right and come back off it, take the other one away, take the two red sticker poles out the head. It's the way that Les has put his last couple of balls makes the soft trail really quite difficult.
No question about delivering pace.
Yeah. That's better. That is much better. You can now see that that's opened the head up. Depending on what Les does here, Scott potentially has a trail of that jack 2 feet on the backhand side. Just cut that out. There's a nice open path down the forehand now.
Really nothing at the moment to choose between these pairs in the final, mixed pairs final 2026. Scott Allardyce.
Not sure if that's another, could be. Pretty close. One turn.
I might watch over the thing.
So it's all about the measurement now. Used just for the second time in this final. There's a glimpse of the other action on the green. Much has been played.
There's live scoring, of course, available for the other finals, and the links on the Bowls Scotland Facebook page, but just to bring you up to date, from the live scoring, the final of the singles, Caden Young and Abby Harris of Ralston are tied at 11 each. In the youth pairs, West Upton lead the West Barnes pair by 10 shots to 3, and in the triples, Condorit lead the combination of Mintlaw, Lossiemouth and Fochabers by 5 shots to 3.
Aileen after a very good opening shot.
A big change of length this time also, Stuart.
She's adjusted very nicely indeed, having delivered the jack a few moments ago. 2 excellent shots.
She's just been unfortunate, to be honest, because she's just folded that open and framed the jack between the two bowls. Gives Lauren the chance to play up to it. Scott will be delighted with that. That's a great bowl. Gives her a chance to move that jack through.
Yeah, it becomes the clear and visible target again. It perhaps wasn't just for a moment or two earlier in the end.
Yeah, Ellen's just hidden it. Doesn't change the play.
3 very consistent shots though.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately for Aileen, it could be destroyed in a heartbeat. Good receiving ball from Lauren. And just being asked to go beyond the jack for a little bit of cover. That's exactly what she's done. Let's just push that away, unfortunately for her.
The on-screen scoring has been corrected. You'll see that the scorecards on the displays just at the back of the rink kept up to date.
This is a case of pick your side, pick your weight for Scott. Has to play up and through it. Shot away. It's gone. Nice. To another. So it's 4 down. contact. Look like it's reaching.
The first indication was the reaction there of Aileen.
That was a short one, come down.
With the movement of the jack, you could see the intention there, obviously going down the ditch side, but just maybe a little bit off in terms of the pace. I had to change that pace and direction of the shot with the jack having been moved in his previous effort. So Les now
to the front. Tricky for Scott, this. His own ball will catch his eye, I'm sure, but either side of it with good weight and pretty much draw the shot. Weaving this in. It's the pace that's beat it, I think. One shot.
So that's the first time in the match so far that the same pair has won back-to-back ends. Single shot wins for the Balgownie pair in ends 7 and 8.
First time that Aileen and Les both actually they've really dominated the build-up. Aileen played 4 great balls actually, 3 around the jack and 1 cover that she was asked to play. You know, if they keep that length and they keep that, you know, that level of domination, then they'll put the quarter pair under quite severe pressure. Good start again.
And seemed to react almost immediately to something to her left hand side, but just taking a drink of water now as Lauren's first shot of this end.
She's good too though. She's in and she beat it.
Yeah, apart from perhaps one disappointing end, she started 8 of the 9 very well indeed, Lauren. Aileen will look for the consistency that served her so well in the previous end.
Good line. Maybe overthought that too much.
Lauren's second shot.
Good again. Okay.
Aileen back into her play a little quicker this time. Not quite so much pace on it, similar line to the last one, but a little closer to the jack.
It's a good effort really. Again, a great line. It's good, yeah. Just run on a fraction. It's a shame. Great line. Maybe just narrowed it down that side. Might force one to the other.
Down the ditch side. Les leaning in towards the jack. It's just going to come up short.
Not suggesting this is under the line, but she's just carrying a little bit, carrying enough to make a big change. So, yeah, well done. It's Les this time. Forced into playing the conversion with a little bit of weight. Just
Scott this time heads back up the mat. There's a few empty seats up at the end where Scott was heading to just before the start of this final, but they've very quickly filled up. So these players playing in front of a very good crowd here in Green A.
Scott could fall over into a really difficult place for Les. Getting easier. Les is just looking to arrive down the backhand side to the shot. Nothing's changed. He's gone up to have a look, but nothing has changed in the head at all. So the same instruction as before. So close. There. See Scott cover the back. The line. Might only be one, might be two, who knows, but the danger is where Lauren's feet are, or maybe even just a bit further back than that. Needs to run. Needs to run.
One of the few occasions we've seen him follow it all the way, almost in real time at pace there. Scott coming down the rink.
Not really much changed. The only danger here now is he goes really quick and he takes his own ball out the head. He's missed it on the bottom side this time.
Scott finally turning away from the picture that was certainly in front of him. So he comes back. Deliver this latest shot.
Still think he might have liked it being deeper than that. Here's risk and reward. Plays the same shot again. Chance to put the jack to the back of the rink and score. Or the risk, of course, is that he takes his own out. Needs to make his mind up. Just wondering if they're seeing different plays here.
Well, a similar feeling to you there, Colin. You know, in a situation like this, there's one approach, the other, the player maybe settles on something a little different. So Les,
He's playing just over the weight. He's played it, you know, has he?
again, it's slightly difficult for us to tell based on the camera angle, just the exact situation. Scott makes his way down.
Scott, just be looking at whether that bowl of aliens is worth removing. It's exactly the same as before. It's risk and reward. Depends how many it's worth.
And you always feel it means so much more in a final.
Yeah, well, he's 2 down in the match. Haven't really paid much attention to the marker to see how many it actually is. He certainly won't want to give it away. Put yourself to the mat, one shot in your mind, and commit to the execution. Let's go for it. Missed it by a fraction. There's 2. Yeah. May well be it. Another duty somewhere else.
Comes into the picture now. Commence work. Job made a little easier in that the conditions are more favourable today than they were yesterday.
Watch this particularly closely, so I don't have an inclination as to what's about to be turned out. Again. 4. 4. just as well Scott missed that.
Well, he might be thinking it himself that was a blessed relief, you know, and that's, well, you mentioned risk and reward, and perhaps a greater reward than he'd imagined that would be.
Yeah, again, you know, look, you look at these things and you see what you see, and if you're not sure, then you try your very best to make the maximum you can. But I'm sure if he realised he was holding 4 shots there, he would have maybe attempted a draw. But there you are. So Lauren bringing the mat up green. And Scott's decided that that's short, so I think we'll go back to Eileen's preferred jack length, which up to now is full length. Sorry, I dropped out the call. I think maybe not as far as it's been previously.
Les was perhaps expecting a little bit more given his stance. Lauren with a backhand opener then to the 10th end.
Oh, great opener. Just well, Eileen's playing her ball to date with the rest of the games. So in youth singles final, Abby Harris of Ralston is leading Caden Young of Cardonald 16-14. In the youth triples, Condorit lead the triple of Mintlaw, Lossiemouth and Fochabers by 9 shots to 3, and in the youth pairs, Westerton lead the very impressive West Barnes pair from yesterday by 15 shots to 4. So as it stands, the young lads in the pairs have maybe just run out of steam, but long way to go yet.
Yeah, West Barnes, of course, down in East Lothian.
Now with 2 chalkers, some 5 or 6 feet from the jack. Line. Another toucher. It's unusual to see so many balls touch the jack and nothing near it.
I was going to say, and end up so far away in the end when they come to rest.
Opportunity. Scott's already suggesting that's under the line. I haven't seen many ends like this.
Not such a scattering away from the jack in all directions.
Just a little bit of composure required. This is urging this on. I think he thinks it's running, so this looks like a singles competition between the 2 skips. From the standard that we've been treated to thus far, you wonder where that's come from.
Yeah, it all seems to have gone a little bit awry for both Lauren and Aileen, not helped by the fact that there was quite a strong connection with the jack, so it's now to one side of the rink.
Scott's adding to the pattern.
Les will be next to play.
These are often the type of ends where you lose a count of shots. At least threatening the jack yet.
Almost forming a circle around about it. Scott this time
Clear line, this is the shot.
coming in.
Well done.
That's certainly a
Stops some of the nonsense, doesn't it?
game changer. The match has been going now for an hour and a half.
And we've only played 9 ends. Scott can clear that front one, he's very good again. Yeah, that's good. Nicely done.
First time in the end where the weight and direction have just been on the money.
Looks under the line. Scott just testing his memory here to see if he can remember the same ball again. Has he pushed it? He'll be disappointed with that. Well, there's a second prize there. It's probably fallen in Les's way down his forehand, the left hand side of the ring. He's going to try it again, I think. It's very wide. Shots.
That's been, in the end, two decent ends. That most recent one, a rather scrappy one for all sides, but Quarter won't care. And the father and son of Scott and Lauren Allardyce and then taking a further two to add to their previous four. Much longer with the jack this
Staying on
time.
this time though.
Just about full length there from where the mat is at the moment. So this will be a longer end.
You can see Abby Harris in the picture there on the red top. Abby playing Caden, the final of the youth singles. The score was 17-14. Yeah, Abby striving to be the first girl to win the under-18 title.
And that's been one aspect, not just in recent times, but perhaps it's been emphasised in greater ways in recent times. Just the number of really talented young players coming through, playing at a consistently high level. And you do wonder, the likes of the Commonwealth Games in 2014 and recently, of course, just a few weeks ago, featuring bowls once again as one of the sports when a hurried and scaled down games arranged by Glasgow to keep it all going. It certainly does them no harm at all to be exposed to that level of play in their own country.
No, not at all. You know, I know the format of the games wasn't for everyone. Let's be honest. But I think it was important to have the sport in Glasgow at a reduced games, and then it's something to therefore build on. So, you know, it was a bit of a cutthroat format, to be honest, which you know, threw up some surprise results. However, you know, there was nations that did really well, and home nations that did really well. So that's all good. You know, you talked about the youth. You know, talked about Abby trying to win that singles there. I mean, Abby's a full cap. You know, she's not just an under 18 cap. She's a full cap. So, you know, there are a lot of good youngsters coming through. We just need to make sure that we are able to give them a platform to play on.
Lauren's backhand.
She's picked a good line. She's good. Very good, in fact.
And that's going to settle very nicely.
Yeah, but backhand's not been played terribly much by the leads in this game.
Helene with her latest delivery. Coming through to settle just in behind the jack once again.
Lauren's laid a pretty good foundation for Scotland on this end. Just needs to clear the front. That really has thickened up the front. That makes it challenging now for Ayres. I think he's going to have to go to the ditch side.
Yeah, turns away quite quickly. I think the decision was made more or less as soon as Scott's ball came to rest. Les works it down that ditch side.
Give it a chance, you know. He's drew it. He's drew the shot. Good play.
That coming at an important time in the end as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think you know, Scott would have just had a bit of a minor adjustment to go a little bit wider and add another. At 11-7 up. Maybe looking to extend that lead. Scott needs to move something in the front here. Not straightforward.
There's once more playing down that ditch side. It doesn't really at this stage trouble anything.
Scott can still get down the back. Sorry, the backhand side, the ditch side. Doesn't have any great back position, which isn't the best. down the 4. Looking to change this up a bit. Corner of that, does him. Well, he's got the best of that, I think. If his ball's hung around long enough there to stay as the shot. Easy to see who's holding. So Scott pointing to his own ball there, so maybe he favours his own. Of course, distance not the only thing here, the depth of the ditch comes into play as you take the measure.
Les makes his way back for his penultimate ball in this end. Another one down the ditch side, but of course the complexion has changed.
Disturbance. Your mate, Scott. It's good. Oh, he's drew another. Les left with a draw down the ditch side. He can pass. Oh, he's changed his hand. Commentator's curse. Huh? It's gone down the forehand.
Glad it just doesn't happen to me, but
He must favour he's got second shot there, because he wouldn't have gone at that otherwise, I don't think.
now for us at least it is out of sight. Would be the suggestion at the moment.
You can see the crowd still enjoying all of the finals.
Fire is back on green 8, ring 1. The measuring will begin. A very pleasant late afternoon in the western air. Spectators, many of them will have been in just for the afternoon, but some will have been here since first thing this morning.
Looks like this is just the one. So that's the reason Les was trying to take that ball out. Taking that ball off the green would have yielded the shot, but not to be. Quarter moved into a 12 shots to 7 lead after 11 ends.
and that's 7 shots picked up by Quarter in the last 3 ends. So the play has been effective and rewarding, particularly in the last half an hour or so. Someone with the jack. Allardyce.
Okay, all right. Okay. Go. Good, Agni. That's the one.
After a very minor mat adjustment, to play our opening shot at this end.
She's picked a great line, but she's just pushed through.
One second, the backhand. Again, the favour is away from the ditch.
This is again watching up. Really just sneaked in.
Few of the shots have had a good line, but the pace has not just accompanied the planned direction of the shot. Got the end with his first play of this 12th end.
He's picked a great line. The language from Warren suggests is not making it. Imagine, unfortunately, this time. Chance for Les.
Scott. Again a backhand over the second. This is a bit more pace.
That's true. A good correction. His first delivery. As we try and follow him down that side. Good chance. Just a bit quick, I think. There's definitely going distance there. He's just trailed the jam past Lawrence Ball. No real change.
What for you?
I would imagine change and go down the ditch side, try and draw it up. Danger in the front, so we'll have to navigate that. May hold right there. Just over the pace. Drops a yard or so off that. We'll be fine with his next one. Same for Les, you would think. Les can maybe play a more attacking shot if he wishes. Under the front ball with the red stick up. Land Lawrence Ball out. Card of 3. Scott Fish with another reply.
So down the ditch side, where's this going to end up?
That'll also stay out there. Scott needs another line.
Come on in. That's me.
Just in the way. He's good. Takes it away. He's gave himself some back play.
Les then changed the complexion of this end.
To see, he's turning back on it. So another 1 to quarter. Maintain this mini run that they're on. Lead by 13 shots to 7 after the 12 ends.
Yeah, 4, 2 and 2 singles for quarter. The last 4 ends. Forehand opener there, just too long, too much on it. Ends up in the back ditch. Aileen's just a bit short of pace on second. Similar line to Aileen's beginning to come inside now. And this time she's not left quite enough on it. breath there from Aileen. And very deliberately avoiding the ditch side.
Close to Lauren's ball, you know. Oh, just underneath it. Did well. Great weight.
Certainly the best of the end so far from Aileen. As Lauren sets up a third plate. See Lauren applauding in the background and Aileen just holding off before delivering, so it would suggest that one of the other matches on the green has come to a conclusion. Colin is on the case.
See the singles still play next door, so they wonder if it's the in fact it is, it's the youth pairs, so Westerton's Jessica Errol and Reese Kidd have beaten the young West Barnes pair in the final, but West Barnes pair, based on their performance on the stream yesterday, can be incredibly proud of what they've achieved for two young lads of 12 years of age.
Yeah, that was a real talking point this morning when we arrived at the age of 12 here in Ayr. But to be even to be in contention to make a final is no mean feat. This is the mixed pairs final.
It's the jack. Good. 3 runs, he's good.
Aileen likes the look of it.
Scott May will play for the jack. Oh, he's close. Oh, he's played just got the wrong side of it. Well, new game. Giving himself some room.
Les just takes his time. There's another look at the changing picture. That movement of the jack.
Doesn't want to lose this. It's an opportunity just to put them in even a yard short. Guaranteed shot.
Scott is immediately after it.
He is, he's trotting after this. It's a shoot he's making though.
So Les with another opportunity.
Oh, he's got a chopper. Wow. Gosh. Very, very fortunate to touch the jack on the way past.
Yeah, just enough on the side of the jack.
His weight was pretty strong. Scott looking for second shot now, I think. Quite happy if he pulled up a couple of feet short. Just.
Beyond his previous effort, but he'd have liked it a little bit more, just a little bit more on that shot. So the Balgownie pair looking just to halt the momentum swing that's gone the way of Quarter in the last 4 ends. Les watching. Aileen applauds.
2 shots.
12's a magic number.
So that's their first reward since their single at the 8th end. So we're about to start the 14th end. A very healthy crowd watching all the action on Green A.
I'm saying no tail at the moment.
Whereas there with a second adjustment of the jack. Aileen again favouring the long position of the jack, the long end. Warren coming some way short with her opener. Aileen's second in this 14th end. Going to come inside until he settles just behind into the side of the jack.
Lawrence just lost away at last. That's 2 of the ends. Recovery from the first one there, however.
Aileen very similar weight and line to her first shot of this 14th end. Warren has definitely put a bit more pace on this one. Looking similar to her second shot. Warren's last of the end.
Is she making it? She is, you know. Well played.
Oh, she's left her best one till last.
She certainly did. She desperately needed one in there.
Nice to see that father and daughter have a broad smile on their face.
Yeah, for Still enjoying it. Yeah, we've still got a lead, you know.
Well, this is it. They have quarter leading 13-9. So that, I'm sure, will have some impact on the mood.
And that's the conclusion of the singles. Scott can make a right good job of this if he can get down and just grab the jack a foot or so. Well. Just going over the line, his weight's great. Yeah, this is slightly unfair. This final's still going on, and the crowd are all departing when they could actually go the other way. Such a shame, just disturbing the players.
And given how densely packed both ends have been, as we've seen on camera, if many decide to leave at this moment in time, it could lead to a bit of a delay in play here, which looks like to be the case.
Such a shame, because they can go the other way and round the back of the stands, but most of these people will be players themselves and wouldn't like that. Change from Scott, however, his play remains the same. Just dropped, played it. He has absolutely nailed this. Well played, Scott Allardyce.
And that resulting in a big cheer. Many of the spectators staying behind, appreciating a very good shot at a critical time in this McSpears final.
Be happy with the way that's finished there. He'll also know that he still has a little bit of play. And if he can play with his next one and then nudge it again, he can almost put this final to bed. However, Scott's not the only player on the rink. Les might have something to say about that.
Well, Eileen and Les have plenty of experience. Simply taking their time over this shot selection. Well, there's further movement just behind both Lorne and Scott. And it's a shame on two fronts as well, Colin, because not only is the movement causing disruption, the fact that they are leaving, they are missing the closing stages of, you know, what has been an intriguing final.
Yeah, look, I can understand people who want to leave. They've come to support someone and the game's over and they wish to go, but you know, there's a time and a place to make that movement. At the conclusion of an end, or as I said earlier, they could actually leave by the other way and not really disturb anyone. Anyway, things seem to have settled a little. It's not a bad ball from Les because it's actually taken the shot that we described earlier away from Scott. So he'll play a draw, pick his hand, play the draw.
has Scott. And the ball is on its way.
The line, is he running?
First indication was the body language again of daughter Lauren.
Yeah. This hasn't really changed. His preference was before. It's more than likely going to be his preference again now.
Is delivering his final ball of the end.
It's close. Wow. Hard to imagine that's what Les played, but that's balls for you.
Well, it's certainly generated some encouragement again from members of the crowd reacting to that shot. And it means another visit down for both Scott and for Lauren.
Yeah, it looks like Scott holds the shot, because I think what they're saying is they'll take one. Yeah, conceded. So, yeah, Les nearly pulled out a miraculous one there, but it's the quarter pair who extend the lead to 14 shots to 9. There's only 3 ends left in this final. So if they're going to make a move, it's got to be now.
Yeah, just reminding viewers that, of course, the BBC iPlayer and BBC Sports website will continue to show live coverage of finals here at the National Championships in Ayr, with the para physically disabled open pairs final tomorrow afternoon, and that's scheduled to start at 3:30. Of course, 2 further finals scheduled for the end of the week will also be shown both on the iPlayer and the BBC Sports website. Looking ahead to Saturday afternoon when those finals will take place, and of course Bowls Scotland's YouTube channel and Facebook page will have plenty more action between now and the conclusion on Saturday. And 2 good openers there from both Lauren and particularly from Aileen Donald.
Just going beyond. It was just a little bit through, but it's got to take it home.
Third shot just taking the jack away from Aileen's opening 2.
shot out of that.
Certainly now scattered. Entirely happy with it, seemed, when she was watching it head down the rink.
Quite sure what's being played. It's missed the line, I think.
Scott down for a brief look and one final glance before heading back to the mat. Skips now with 4 of their own in this 15th end, with quarter leading by 14 shots to 9. This next pair's final.
Scott's close. Well, strange line that took, but the result's effective.
Certainly no real cause for complaint for Scott as Les heads back. Second out of that. Well done. Scott changing approach down the ditch side with the backhand. Sitting in behind the jack.
It's a good receiving position should Les choose to attack. Under the lane, maybe a bit light.
Scott on the move.
Will hold at the end, won't go too far. This is good. Nice. Great ball, touch or two, but he's framed it, so Les will attack. Down the forehand side, ditch weight shot. Could be wide, you know. Yeah, he's just gone through the hole. Scott, what are you doing now? Draw another.
With his final shot of the end. What can he produce?
To repeat the last one, I think Stuart, he won't be too disturbed if he finishes short in the way. It makes it a little bit more difficult. He'll be hoping and praying now that Les doesn't come off that one and convert the head.
Les then with the final delivery of this 15th end.
It's close. Is he up? Well done. Thought he might have attacked that more chances at the back, but they'll be happy. Take the one, move on.
Yeah, that was a precision delivery there from Les. them within 4 as this penultimate end is about to get underway. Of course, the finals this year moved into August, held in July last year. So that in turn altered the qualifying time. So the timetable was somewhat different to a year ago. There's Neil Donald then in conversation before Aileen just places the mat back on the green.
Moving at the far end.
It seems to have settled down now.
People walking behind, but that shouldn't really disturb the players. I understand it at the other end. You know, someone's walking across in front of your line.
So into the ditch. It's now Lauren with the mat placement and the jack delivery. It's remained a bright sunny day all day, sharp contrast to yesterday.
Sure has.
So much so you're having to shield your eyes for much of this final.
The sun shining in the window.
Take a bit the better seat.
He certainly did. Not going to complain too much about the sunshine.
No, I would wholeheartedly agree there. So Lauren Allardyce with the jack placement. Aileen Donald with her first bowl of this penultimate end. Gets a touch on it. A backhand opener then for Lauren. And that's Aileen going long again. It was a jack delivery into the ditch in her opening 2 shots in this penultimate end.
Just in the back of the wrong one. It's a bit of a slack end. You can see the nerves kicking in now.
Deep breath there from Lauren.
Yeah, this is the business end. It's the stop.
So Les then will be the first to head up.
Well, funny enough,
Les joined her by trade.
The shot.
I think with your black team as well being inside there, get a chance of grabbing the weight.
Scott now up at the mat. Most stays stock still as he watches this.
It's a contact. Maybe need that slightly better for himself.
It's going wide and long. Scott now given with a chance to try and cement some sort of advantage. Well, it's heading down. So just feeling the need to deliberate there with Aileen. And then playing short. Scott favouring that trusted backhand. How close is this going to settle? One shot left then for the Skips in this penultimate end, and it's delivered with pace, but all the way through. Scott Allardyce then of quarter after a short exchange with daughter Lauren heads back. So this will be the final shot of this 16th end in the mixed pairs final in bright early evening August sunshine. This is beginning to swing in, but perhaps just lacks the pace. So further two then for quarter.
So a big ask, I guess, here. However, we've been here before.
You've been keeping this in your locker.
We have indeed been here before. Yesterday, we got out of jail. We were 11 shots down with 2 ends to play. And Cardiff 5 and a 7. So it's not exactly new territory for them.
Is this a lightning strikes twice moment in bowls?
Potential. Doubtful.
Yes, I was going to say it's at least they have the knowledge, safe in the knowledge of recently as 24 hours ago it had happened. And an excellent start. Well, finding the form that served her so well in the opening several ends of the final, and starting the final end, Lauren Allardyce with a very good delivery. Aileen Donald's opener just slightly short of the jack. That was a good line, just not quite the pace she was looking for. Lauren's second shot now. Can she replicate both the pace and the direction? She rests just up and fractionally in front of Aileen's opener. Beautiful look there from Aileen as she was just short and not quite providing the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's beyond them as this lies. The only thing in their favour here is that they kill the end. Because There's not a 7 or a 6 coming out of this, I don't think.
Lauren perhaps setting the tone with that very sharp and accurate opening shot. So Scott Allardyce, having watched his daughter play her final 4 shots in this final, he then opens on resting up against the delivery from Mom. No time wasted there by Les Donald, going straight down.
The only thing Les can do now is try and kill the end. Yeah, there we go. I'm surprised that didn't come sooner. Close. Well, he's killed it, so replayed last end. He's deciding to take the balls back.
Aileen, having watched that travelling at pace, was relieved that that did come off, so they can have another crack from the start. So we start again with the position of the jack. Warren opened the Kildare with an excellent first shot, almost replicating it this time. Aileen's opener then in this 17th end.
It's in play.
Second shot tucked in nicely just behind the jack.
When you're looking for a count, the distance between those two goals is not helping. Just slotting another one in there.
And then the count numbers 6, 7, even 5. You know, in this case, we're looking at a substantial number to try and reverse it right at the very end. It's not a count of 2 or even 3 shots.
No, it's about how you set it up. It's tough to get, but that's okay. Yeah. Two in the same place would be quite challenging to get the jack in there, but it's a start. Scott was just trying to get Lauren to cover the back there. To be at around the same weight with this to have any chance. It's certainly set up better than the last end was for them. Player of Scott's experience will just try and cover those 3 at the back, so put one in amongst them. If he drops onto that one, he's just maybe overplayed. But again, it's a good place. Reduces the risk. This is about just game management for the quarter pair.
Again, a narrower line this time.
Ah, he's nailed it. Absolutely middled it.
Oh,
yeah, well done. So, I think you'll see let's go pretty big at this again. Does have an outside chance, does he? Of trying to jack a yard to make 5 and add another. Tough.
That really would be a shot to nothing.
It's a chance.
With much to contemplate. Going wide. Watching it, just bringing it to a halt before it does end up in the ditch.
For Scott to do. I guess his options are try and tuck the jack away or leave one up the green somewhere and block the hit. I think he's choosing just to try and put another one in. A bit of showboating towards the end, but he's put one beside it, so every chance. We'll pop this out the rink and we go again. No, missed it on the downside. So, quarter, pick up the mixed pairs title. Fantastic win for the father and daughter pair. Unlucky to Balgownie, but I think the better pair one in the end.
Yeah, they had the consistency really from the 4 they picked up on the 9th end, and then following that 4 further points over the next 3 ends, and an emotional moment there for Lauren and for her father Scott, and I'm sure celebrations in parts of Hamilton in the quarter
great.
Especially.
Super result. Always nice to see kind of family win these. You see this quite a lot, you know. So yeah, they'll be absolutely over the moon, and I'm sure there might be a little party on tonight somewhere.
The champagne can be taken out of the ice now for the quarter players, and all credit as well to Aileen and Les Donald, of course, husband and wife pairing, reaching the final after the remarkable comeback that you referred to just 24 hours or so ago. But it's a special moment for the Quarter Club, of course, founded in 1910, and for Lauren and Scott Allardyce, the mixed pairs winners in 2026. And that concludes our live coverage for this third day, this Monday evening now, the third day of 8 in the 2026 National Championships here in Ayr. And of course coverage continues tomorrow morning on the Bowls Scotland YouTube channel and Facebook page. We'll be back around 9:30 with further coverage and a panoramic view of all the greens that are used over the course of the 8 days of this National Championships. And a reminder, we have a further final for you tomorrow, the second of 4 on the BBC Sport website and BBC iPlayer. It is the Para-Physically Disabled Open Pairs final, which is due to start at 3:30. Well, from myself and from Colin, thank you very much for taking the time to watch our coverage today, and we hope that you will be back with us tomorrow morning around 9:30.